Greetings everybody and welcome back to the channel. Kat and I are continuing The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 3. It is titled, The Path. The Path of Revenge, Vengeance. The one that Ellie is about to embark on, because what happened in the last episode? Nothing good, nothing nice. We lost Joel. It's not the first time that has happened, but in the series, because obviously we've played the game, we've been through this before, the heartbreak, the anger, the why did you do this, and a lot of people are going through those emotions right now. Like I've heard plenty of people talk about it. I've talked to people about it, and they're angry. They did not like that decision, but you're not supposed to like it. Like it is heartbreaking. It is tough to deal with because we all liked Joel. We cared for Joel. We started this whole journey with him. But we also know who he was. We've heard plenty of hints, and we like what he did at the end of the first season in the hospital. It had consequences in the form of Abby, which is a character that people are also struggling with right now. I don't think it's as bad as it was when it happened in the game, the outrage, thankfully. But yeah, sorry.
There are probably reasons. Something that's very much bound in stereotypes and everything, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, leave it at that. We're going to try to continue here, or we are going to continue. We're going to see how the story is going to unfold. Know kind of where it is going, but we also know that they're going to deviate probably here and there, add some things. So I'm just, curious to see how they are going to do it. But I expect for this to be more of a somber episode and a bunch of characters dealing with what just happened. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. Like the video, throw in a comment. It really helps out with the algorithm. And if you want to support the channel, you can do so over on Patreon and right here on YouTube with YouTube memberships. You can watch uncuts, early reactions, all of that. Links down in the description and pinned comment probably. Yes. Okay. Let's continue. The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 3, The Path. Here we go.
But I am going to kill you.
I saved your life.
What life? There are some things.
That's also what, a lot of people are angry. Is like, he saved your life, Abby, twice. And then you're still going through with it. But it's been her one obsession, her sole purpose for living, for the past 5 years. So it's... Oh yeah. And kind of sort of a new thing here. Not kind of, a new thing. Jackson got attacked. Cleaning, preparing his body. Tommy. Because again, in the game, Tommy was there with Joel.
Tough business.
Very. I'm also quite curious to see Tommy's role in this season, because they've changed up some things. What I just mentioned, and also him, Maria, that they have a kid.
I have theories about Tommy, but...
Save him for the discussion.
I will.
Give Sarah my love.
But he's reunited with her. If you believe in that sort of stuff. Oh, and all the other people they lost.
Is this a flashlight?
No, I think this is
Oh, right.
them dealing with everyone who got injured.
Didn't know they had a whole hospital kind of setting.
Makes sense. at least a building that they've repurposed into a hospital.
Ellie!
Oh, and she's just, waking up, realizing that it was not just a really, 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 really bad dream. Damn, though.
Emotions.
Yeah, it's a great acting by Bella. Oh, and he's gone from the intro. Oh, damn.
They didn't have to gut us that hard.
They didn't have to, but they did.
Yeah, sure. Just, what's it called? Twist the knife while you're at it, right?
Yeah. Add a little bit of salt. 3. Okay, we did it. We do it. Oh, okay. Time jump.
We're just building.
Rebuilding. Damn, Jesse.
You Jack.
Come on.
Yeah, I heard it.
One last PFT.
Look at that.
Oh, she got her lungs punctured probably. Or something like that.
Yeah.
So can I just...
Almost. I just needed to see one more person, then you're good to go.
Must have been serious since she's been in the hospital for 3 months.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Or at least getting treatment and... Oh, okay. Time for therapy.
Give me a moment. It's really complicated because, you know, feelings.
Okay.
Ellie.
I've been stuck in here since.
I was actually wondering about New Year's Eve. You two got into it at the dance. Was that the last time you spoke to him?
Was it?
He was on the porch.
Your final moment with someone doesn't define your whole time with them.
It shouldn't, but it often does.
Don't do this.
In my last moment with Joel, he said he.
Man, I wish I could have let him off the hook for whatever it was he was talking about.
Is she being sarcastic right now?
I
can't
guess
tell.
I'll have to let myself off the hook for that.
She's not being sincere, that's for
Right,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
You really are doing good.
Everyone were as healthy as you. What would I do for weed and booze?
I wouldn't worry, Gail. There's still a lot of fucked up people in this town.
Yeah, but not you, though.
Picture of health.
Is she that bad of a psychologist who couldn't tell?
No, no,
She's-
no. She could tell. She could tell, but she knows not to. Like pushing it right now.
I'm
that
sorry, psychologist doesn't necessarily mean that you're like a people reader. Do they already have like
At the funeral and
no in what March at this point?
Oh yeah, because it was New Year's and then 3 months later. So yeah.
So already in start March they have this great weather and like flowers and all.
That's what you're thinking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Keeping the gun. Leaving the watch.
Take all the flannels. Well, yeah, she probably has not been around here since it happened.
No, especially if she's been stuck in the hospital.
Right.
She's not okay.
Even in a normal setting, this would not be.
Any setting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm coming!
How's she doing?
Well.
Must have been traumatizing for her as well.
Made you cookies. Oh? Just 'cause? No. This is a peace offering.
Oh.
Because I'm about to make you angry.
Yep.
I told you I didn't learn anything useful.
Ooh.
That wasn't true. I know most of their names. And I know where they're from. Please just listen. The doctors told me not to
You
obsess.
heard all of that before they sedated her?
You let them get away.
Ooh, the blame game. Do not do that.
First of all,
Well, she did say it was gonna make her angry.
if you want to find someone and the only thing you know about them is where they're going to end up, maybe let them get there.
Let them think you're not coming after them.
but also let them get there so you know that they're there.
Yeah, sure.
The dark-haired guy was Manny. The other guy was Owen.
The girl with the dark hair and the bald one of them's named Nora. I'm not sure which.
The girl with the braid.
Abby.
Abby.
I saw a patch on a backpack.
Damn.
Yellow
Good memory.
triangle, wolf's head.
But I mean, it's a traumatic.
Yeah. But also her being like very aware in the moment and looking at those things.
Adrenaline is a hell of a drug.
WLF. Wolf. Fucking morons. Did he say how small they were?
No, but seeing as how no one's ever mentioned them since, I'm guessing small enough for us to handle. So now what?
Now I want a cookie.
A big, chewy one with multiple types of chocolate.
Stop.
Gotta think about this.
Think about what? Let's fucking get these guys.
Ellie, it ain't that simple.
Okay, now
The
the
town is still recovering.
told Tommy.
Don't talk to me like I didn't know him. He was my brother.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put a posse together. We gotta do it right, which means taking it to Maria. She's gonna want a council meeting, open it up to the town. Everyone who wants to get heard gets heard.
Okay.
Buried our dead 10 miles south of town. If you want to visit them.
Not even in town.
On our way to Seattle.
Maybe you don't want. Can they infect corpses? And no, I don't know. I'm sure there's a good reason why you bury them away from town. What?
Is this what I think it is?
Yeah, it is. Already.
Yeah.
And that's all we're gonna say about that.
I'm sorry, but it looks a little bit like something from Hunger Games or something. With the braids and all.
Yeah, all the women they have the same hairdo. All the men, no hair.
Everyone following, all clear. Keep moving.
And they all have
Scars.
Understand what we're giving you now. Keep you far, far safer than a hammer. Distance.
From home.
From war.
Oh shit. Okay.
Demons?
Wolves.
Oh.
All right. Good, but rotate. More.
Okay. All right.
that was
I like that we're getting into that already.
Yeah.
Can I count on you?
Can't discuss upcoming votes.
Oh.
You were there.
I know that too. Gotta go.
He's not giving her anything.
Organize your thoughts, write them down, and then read them out loud tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, because I'm stupid.
No. Yeah.
And no one's gonna vote for angry.
Very good advice. Very good advice. I really like Jesse. And the guy playing him, I think, is doing a really good job.
You can plot a graph that shows ease and resources versus time to harvest and
Waiting.
get what?
They're done talking about corn and whatnot.
I don't really have an opinion on the Seattle thing.
Okay, thank you.
Then sit down.
A lot of people in here buried family. And now you want to send, what, you're saying 16 of our best? Well, while they're gone, who's going to be on the wall if raiders come?
Next is Carlisle.
Seth looks like he wants to say something.
Forgive and be forgiven.
Damn, dude.
No grudges, no revenge. That's what separates us from the raiders and the murderers, our capacity for mercy.
Those sons of bitches don't deserve our mercy.
Okay.
Somebody shoots your brother, you want to take the locks off your doors? Grow up! You idiots. They'll come back. They'll come back because we didn't make them pay.
Oh, they're probably not going to, but you don't know that, so...
Bunch of goddamn victims.
I get the anger, but I'm with the other guy. You know, that is the smart thing to do. I know that's not what's going to happen, but... Yeah.
I love the differences in how they write their names. One was just like very, very eloquent and.
And yeah. Now it's Ellie. Oh, and she actually wrote down some stuff. Good.
It's not because I want revenge. It's not. It's not about revenge. What I want is what you used to give people. I want justice. Because it's either that, or we do nothing. That's what everyone else out there is going to do for us.
Well, what does that justice look like?
A whole world of people. And I want to know that I can count on you. And I swear, if someone hurts any of you, or the people you love, you can count on me. I'll accept whatever the council decides. But I am asking you, do what it takes to see that justice is done. Not for me. Not even for Joel. Please. Do it for us.
Thank you.
Good speech.
The council will now vote on the proposal to send a party of 16 citizens to Seattle to find the people who killed Joel and execute them.
We already know what the answer is going to be here.
Wait, so this whole council meeting was only about that one thing, right?
Yeah.
And that guy was just talking about crops? I'm sorry.
Important crops.
Sure, but in this...
No. Yes. No. 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 The proposal is rejected.
So was that what you expected?
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't expect for Ellie to honor the decision.
No.
Even though she said she would.
I had Tiger season tickets. This actually isn't that far off from the O3 squad. You want a beer?
Like really bad? Or...
I don't know. That's a joke for people who follow sports.
I guess. An American sports of that.
Yeah. Which we don't.
Not much baseball here at home. You.
Nothing.
I'm supposed to see a shrink myself, you know, to process it all. I'm the only one here.
Yeah.
What do you do then?
Oh, well, I'm an alcoholic.
I got alcohol and weed.
I'm nervous she's gonna do something stupid.
What, you didn't believe her speech? Of course not. She's a liar.
Okay, well, she
Well, there's a difference between lying and being a liar.
Oh, I know. And that one, liar.
Wow.
What matters is you're afraid. So, let's talk about it. Okay. Free of charge.
Oh, well, she brought the beers herself.
Yeah, she's already drinking.
Turns out nurture can only do this much. The rest is nature. If she's on a path, it's not one that Joel put her on.
She's always had that in her?
Mm-hmm.
You inherited her.
Some people just can't be saved.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's brutal. She does not mince words.
Okay, I have thoughts about this.
Wow.
Who is
Just
it?
all there on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Getting ready to go.
So, what's your plan?
Go to Seattle and kill Abby.
What route?
Easy peasy.
Northwest?
And is that all guns, or do you have medical supplies in there?
Well,
first stage is through the National Forest. Once we're out, we follow the
Once
snake
we're
line,
out.
then break off through the Snoqualmie Pass.
that's what she said. She was not there to...
Talk her out of it, no.
Provisions. Travel light but smart. Winter coats for beds, jackets for blankets.
Wow, she is ready.
Mm-hmm.
Just Shimmer?
Yeah, we share a horse. Fewer resources. Everything else is what you'd figure except this.
Well, they're both small. So.
Boots.
And yes, boots.
How the fuck are we gonna get all of this?
I know, guy.
Oh no. No, don't tell me you told Jesse, please.
Captain Wyoming?
Yeah, no, they didn't tell Jesse. Maybe it's Seth?
Oh, that would make sense. He's also pissed.
Mm-hmm.
But probably in no shape to actually go
With them, no.
with them now.
But he's gonna help them for sure.
Oh yeah, he's pissed.
Shimmer and yep.
Yeah.
Seth.
There he is.
Trade.
4.
It's better. Trade.
The one that she's got on her.
Right, okay. It's got a scope and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
2 weeks worth of hardtack, bandages, alcohol, meds, batteries. I'd come with you, but I caught some friendly fire on New Year's Day.
You sure it was friendly?
Jesus Christ.
You got 10 minutes before patrol comes by.
Well, she's still pissed at him.
Oh yeah, not letting him off the hook completely, but I'm sure deep down she appreciates him helping out.
Sure. Come on.
That's really big. Like, I like what they've done with his character in the show, because I'm pretty sure in the game he was just a bigot, and like I don't think he ever really apologized or anything like that. But I might be misremembering.
I don't remember him at all, so.
Ah, okay.
Beloved brother and father.
Coffee? Coffee beans? She really liked coffee? And she didn't?
Wasn't there like the whole, like a discussion about it in the first season?
Yeah. On the road again.
Wow.
Beautiful landscapes. Absolutely
Crazy.
Gorgeous.
Okay, so F.
Oh, best artist with a...
With starting with an F. Okay, yeah.
P. Are you
Prince.
seriously gonna make me do the entire alphabet?
Prince.
I don't have to. I'm incredibly flexible. Let me see a new topic.
Or silence.
Got one. First person you kill.
So just skip the P.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well the first one's too fucked up, but I can tell you the second one.
Oh, yeah, the first one, Riley.
Holy shit, that came on fast. How the fuck did you know that was gonna happen? I'm a witch. Clearly.
I would never be able to sleep outside in this, like, with all the infected out there. Also raiders.
Night.
Don't you want anything when you're freaking out?
Okay, but I have a stupid question.
Is that really that long?
New Year's Eve. And, you know, the kid.
Are you gonna do this now?
Okay.
How would you rate it? Scale of 1 to 10.
No.
No.
Okay, fine, 6.
Fuck you, 6.
That's not bad. That sucks.
For the record, I don't believe you. You can go back to Jesse. I already did.
Well, there you have it.
Well, she did say it was on and off.
Right.
Ellie?
Shut up, Dina.
It wasn't that high.
Give up, give in, come on. You may kiss.
In theory, we'll come out near Highway 5, just
Ooh.
north of the city.
Oh.
Was it these the people we saw from before, right?
Is
He's
that
running away.
one guy
I think so.
with
What's
the kid?
that symbol?
Ooh.
I don't know. I've never seen it before.
They're getting close to Washington, right?
A lot of different calibers. I don't think this was Fedra. Dina. Dina!
What did you see?
The dead kid.
Oh
for
no.
sure.
Is it? Yeah, it's all of them. And there we go.
Because it wasn't him.
Well, it wasn't him, but he was. Yeah, still died. So did she.
Doing okay?
I'm sorry, it's just... it's never happened before. I think it was a smell.
It wasn't easy to look at either.
Well, Dina?
If Abby and her crew did this to people, to kids,
You don't know that.
Let's go.
We know it was most likely the wolves.
Well, they did say wolves.
Yeah,
What was the other thing that they...
demons. I think that's just that's what they're calling the infected.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But it looks like this was a while ago, right?
A little while ago. And yeah, seeing a car means they're close to a city. Closer. Or at least a road.
I like how the cars are positioned and what it looks like it's telling a story in itself.
Yeah.
Curtis or Viper?
Both, in all 4 movies.
9 more miles.
Portland. That way. Are they coming from north?
They're going northwest, so...
Fucking Seattle.
Wow, yeah.
Pretty. Plus, no one's shooting at us. Because there aren't that many wolves.
There's about to be a whole lot less.
Curtis or Viper?
What?
No.
It's just me.
You don't need to try.
Oh. Well, I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Vividly.
Mm-hmm. Are we good? Yeah, okay.
Manny, you copy?
Just give me a fucking second. Jesus.
Oh no, is he going to spot them?
You're all good. We can move up.
No. Is that a fucking tank? Or at least, wow, yeah, armored vehicle. More vehicles.
And more.
Yeah, I think they're just showing us now that there are a lot of wolves left. Yeah. It's practically a fucking army.
Well, didn't they say that they're military, basically?
Perhaps. Wow. Where are they all going? Woo! Just to show us that it's not gonna be easy.
No.
That was episode 3, The Path. You had a lot of theories, or at least a few.
But it's all spoiler territory.
Yeah, and we're gonna get into that and the comparisons and all. So I don't know, like how much how much we can say like before getting into all of that. But,
yeah, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, it is. It is gonna be hard. But at least just from what we saw in this episode, we had a little time skip, 3 months, which yeah. Ellie, she needed the time in the hospital, and like they needed to rebuild Jackson because of the attack, which again, a new thing to the series. So it like makes a lot of sense, and the people, you know, like just having gone through this ordeal, not only like losing Joel, they all cared about him, but they lost a lot of people. So yeah, it's understandable that a lot of them don't want to risk it again. So like I like what we got in the meeting, like the different perspectives.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing with a lot of the characters and really showing us how this is difficult to navigate, like morally and ethically, and
yeah, and
also
this whole with the what's her name, the psychologist Gail, or psychotherapist. Sorry, yeah, there's a distinction, but
which one is the one with the pills?
The psychiatrist, like that's a whole third, like a third.
Yes. Okay.
Category.
Yeah.
So,
gotcha.
But yeah, I don't know how it is in America though. It might be different. That psychologists have actual license.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't remember her from the games.
She's not in the game.
So I like this addition.
Yes.
How she's explaining certain things and how she's I really have to choose my words here, not to spoil anything. I like what she's like her. I just like her addition and how she's put there also to show us these people or like tell us these people's emotions.
Yes.
For example, what Tommy is going through. We had Ellie when
she talked to Joel and
and well, like how she had to go through this like psych evaluation before she could head out. Because as I said, like if she didn't know that Ellie was obviously lying, she would be
not good at her job.
Not a good people person, or like a good with people.
Yeah,
or,
not good at reading people.
Not good at reading people. I'm sure you can be a great psychotherapist without being able to read people. That's not it. But again, like she's kind of like put there for exposition and like an insight into how people are feeling.
Exactly.
And that's a great addition. Also, she's hilarious in her own way.
Yeah, Catherine O'Hara is like always great. So always a great addition to whatever she's in.
But she did say the whole thing with like nature versus nurture. Like nurture can only do this much, and the rest is and the most is in nature.
Yeah.
And I do not agree with that. Of course there are certain truths to it. But as a neurobiologist, I simply
do not agree.
I believe that a lot of our behaviors, if not like
most of it
is something that is learned, and how we deal with it, especially in the very early years of our lives. That is basically how we are shaped.
Yeah.
Of course, we have certain things from nature, like genetics and genetic makeup, and such as certain receptors and enzymes that can that gives us a let me just say like a predisposition to certain things like that can evolve from that.
Yeah.
But if there's anything I've learned is that most things need a trigger, like an environmental trigger, something that comes from nurture or environment.
Yeah.
So
it might be there, but it won't be prevalent unless someone or something triggers it, nurtures it into existence.
For example, a lot of autoimmune diseases needs some sort of a trigger, environmental trigger. So that's just one thing. There's a lot of other things. Just because you have a certain genetic variation in certain receptors and enzymes in your brain doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna dead certain that you're gonna be depressive at some point. It's not a prerequisite. That's also what that's why twin studies are very popular and great for that. So that's a long way of saying
let's get back to the series.
I do not necessarily agree with what she was saying, but of course it was it was very again, it was like some sort of like insight or like exposition into these characters. And
it's more specific to Ellie in this case, and telling us something about Ellie and maybe foreshadowing a few things. And that is, again, as you said, like the addition of Gale, that character, that's what she can do. And I think it was a really good decision to include a character like her that the others can talk to. And because like there is a lot happening to all of them, and they've been through so much, and talking about that and how it impacts you and what you're feeling, lets the audience know where the characters are. And then we had the whole meeting, of course, town hall meeting. We had the votes, and we of course knew that what Ellie said.
You say of course, but I would say a lot of it might also be that we know that from the games.
But just like based on Ellie as a character, what she said, that I'm going to respect the decision no matter what.
Right.
I don't, like, even if I hadn't played the game, I would still be like, I don't buy that, Ellie.
Yeah, I don't know, because, well, of course, that's also what we got set up by Gale, is that, well, she's a liar, she's lying, there's a difference between lying and being a liar, and she's, like, basically not a pathological liar, but she's definitely lying about.
Yeah, she's keeping a lot of things,
Well, she's not being truthful about basically anything.
No. So it makes sense, and also again, if I hadn't played the game and sitting here watching the series, I would be very surprised if Ellie just went, okay, sure, we'll stay in Jackson. I won't pursue Abby, and then they just
But,
stay
I mean-
there. So like
I
we
mean,
know she's going to.
I mean, I'm biased. You're also biased because we played the game. So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
know
sure,
how-
sure. It can't be 100%. Like we know we have that knowledge.
Yes. So for me, if I didn't know, we also, because this show has a tendency to do like subverting your expectations.
Yeah, yeah.
So it might be subverting expectations in a way that, well, maybe she actually got the yes. But since we know from the games, we are biased and we know that it's not gonna happen this way. But maybe some people were taken aback by it and was certain, because it was, I guess it was a good speech in a way. But
A little rehearsed, and yeah, I don't think it moved the needle that much, unfortunately. I think what Seth said was like more passionate. Not that I 100% agree with. Like I agree with the guy who stood up and said, forgive, and because of course nothing really good is gonna come of this. Like if you go out to kill someone, even if they wronged you, like it's not gonna. Like we've seen enough things, and like both in series and movies, to know that it rarely helps. Like if you get when you do get your revenge.
yeah, we know that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
was still like these people. First of all, they were not there, so they did not know what the rules what they said or what Abby said about why she was doing what she was doing. So they don't know if they're gonna come back. So in that way, Seth was actually I understand why Seth. He was.
Oh
like,
yeah, definitely, yeah.
So I I do understand and I'm not taking any sides. I agree that that revenge doesn't solve anything. But I also understand it from a survival point of view.
Yeah.
Of course you can't be sure, and since these people they don't know the motives behind the wolves. So what's gonna help them from coming back and raiding the place, or whatever?
Yeah.
We don't know.
The concern is warranted for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah. And it's, I know, like it is difficult to like theorize about things when we sort of know what's going to happen. So yeah, you're totally right about that. We're cursed with that knowledge, so that's always going to affect. But I still hold to that. Even if we hadn't played the game, I would still fully expect for Ellie to not respect that decision.
Sure.
and
Absolutely.
go after Abby.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
I did not trust what she said at all. But yeah, I think it was a really good episode, and they structured it in a great way with all the characters and letting us know where they are and where Jackson, all the people where they are right now. So
Yeah, and the whole when Dina came prepared.
that was great.
Versus Ellie was just like, "What's your plan?" And she's just like, "Bring a lot of guns and then just I don't know,
Hope for
kill
the
him."
best, go in a direction, and yeah. So it's a good thing that Dina decided to go with her.
But it also says something about the state of mind, right? Like Ellie is just mad, understandably mad, and just want to go and just want to.
Yeah.
But Dina is more calculated about it. Yeah.
She's maybe better at taking a step back and being like, okay, what do we actually need? But she also, like as she said many times, and they showed us in the series, she cared about Joel.
She loved him.
She loved him as well, and they also had sort of a bond. Especially in the time there where Ellie was pushing Joel away, and Dina sort of filled in that void, I guess you could say. And then, Seth stepping up and helping them. We don't know who voted for what, but I'm pretty sure that Tommy voted yes. Maybe Jessie too, but I think you're right about Maria. She most likely didn't.
I don't think it doesn't really matter who voted for what.
Yeah. And what is Tommy going to do now? Like he had that talk with Gail. Yeah. That's it's again difficult to theorize when we know kind of what we can expect.
Yes.
So, like, last thing I'm gonna mention before we get into the comparisons and maybe some spoilers. We saw a new group of people here with scars, and they're talking about like a prophet. They were running away. I was about to say they were just walking, but they were trying to go somewhere safe. But they were still being pursued by
Sorry.
wolves is what we suspect, most likely. And the wolves, yeah, like Ellie and I said it a few times, and maybe some others, but like there can't be that many, probably not that many. So it's gonna be easy, or paraphrasing, and then they literally just in the end telling the audience it is not going to be easy because there are a lot of them. They have armored vehicles and a lot of people, a lot of weapons. Even like we saw Manny up there, like on the lookout. So, yeah, how much of Seattle is just like their territory? Is it all of it? Where are those people going? Are there any other threats out there? Like, yeah, plenty of questions. And we're gonna see how it all unfolds moving forward.
Yes. And there is obviously a lot of things that has not been like these people are new and obviously a new group of people. We don't know we do, but we don't, as the audience that haven't played the game, we know that we just got a glimpse into like there's some sort of background, there's some sort of like there's something here, right? A lot of things to be explained
and explored, yes.
Yeah.
And I think that is kind of leading into the comparisons, but not right. I think that is something that the series can do different, and they're going to they're going to explore these groups a bit more than in the game, because of course in the games you're always playing as a character. So you're following that character, and whatever they interact with, like that's when you learn about things. But it's through them. Whereas in the series, they can jump around a lot more, and we can follow a lot of different characters.
Yeah,
so I think that's that they're going to do that.
Because you are while you're playing, you are in the present, and you have a lot more like freedom to explore and stuff. But in like it's not.
Yeah, if you learn things in the game and it's not through like cutscenes or interactions, then it's maybe like through the environment, you're reading things and characters talking about what might be going on here. But in the show, they can actually show us.
Yeah, but also because we play as certain characters, you are only present in their story.
No, yeah, that's exactly, yeah.
All the backstory, all that, it comes, as you say, it comes from bits and pieces. But I also think it's kind of smart in a way that we already get introduced to these groups already. So we get some, also to kind of like flesh out the story before things happen.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So yeah.
It does. Okay, let's get into some comparisons before we... Yeah, it's already going to be a long discussion as per usual.
Spoilers from here on. You have been
potential
warned.
Spoiler, like we might spoil what is to come.
Oh,
you're gonna
jump straight into it.
Never mind. Spoilers. Okay.
You've been warned. If you venture forth and haven't, like, you're gonna get spoiled.
There will be dragons.
Stuff.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Right. Where should we start off?
I thought you had something specific that you wanted to...
Well, if we can just continue on with the Seraphites.
Yes. And of course Seraphites, we know like we don't know that they're called that to begin with in the game. Are they just called scars to begin with?
I think so. Because we see from the wolf point of view.
That's how we're not introduced to them, of course, in the way that they did in the show. So it's like it's through when you're playing as Ellie or Abby, and then you are getting familiar with the wolves, and then through that, like, you find out that, oh, they're fighting another group, and then you sort of get introduced to them, and at first they're quite scary, and you're like, F these people, they seem, there's something wrong here.
Yeah,
but then you start to learn more about them, and
and you can already see it from when this introduction.
Mhm.
We see that they have these scars. They're talking about a prophet. They talk about something like hammers. They're only supposed to have hammers or something.
I think that they're only using like bows and arrows, and then hammers, maybe scythes and whatever they can. Like they're not using guns and like modern technology like that in the same way as the wolves.
And that should give you also the way that they talk, and like the ones, for example, if they say certain things and then the others repeat it, like it's giving cult. And
maybe like they have a unique culture that they have created.
If I remember correctly, these are somewhat, like, of course, I'm saying horrible people because I have a problem with conservatism. Yeah, and people like setting up boundaries
for others. Yeah.
And that you have to, you're gonna get cast out if you're not following if you don't conform to this.
Yes.
And you're basically being manipulated and mind washed into a certain culture, whatever. And that's what we learn about the Seraphites, that perhaps they are not as, because of course we get sympathy with them.
Yeah. With some of them, some of the characters that we're going to meet.
Yeah, but right now in this series, right here, we get sympathy because they're just being mowed down, and because we also have this as the audience now. We don't know about the wolves yet. We don't know much, at least, about the wolves. If I don't remember something about, like, does Fedra work up here, or was it like a breakout group from Fedra that became the wolves?
I think it's something like that. Like Fedra is what used to be like the military and like the ones who were trying to contain, and then later on, I don't remember. It's not important. It's not important.
Yeah, but we don't know much about the wolves yet. We just know that they are military and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, and Abby and the others, they're part of that crew. And then something about a dude named Isaac.
Yeah, it's just interesting. I don't remember. Is the Seraphites the one with all the up in the sky, like the skywalks and everything? Or is that wolf?
The Seraphites are that's how they're getting around the city in the game, is by using.
But that's the Seraphites, right?
Yes, and that's how they can get around the wolves, because they don't do that. The wolves are usually on the ground, unless like.
I just feel like because we saw Manny high up in one of those buildings, so I just something that looked a bit like. So I was just
maybe that's not important right now.
No, I just saw it and I was like, how is that? But I was remembering correctly. But very interesting to get this.
Yeah, they're doing it, like they're introducing us to the Seraphites already and making us sort of care about them already, or at least feel bad for them, because they weren't, doing anything bad when we saw them here. They're just walking. There's a kid even.
Multiple kids, and then they just get attacked and murdered.
Yes. So that is interesting, because that is, again, not how we're introduced to them in the game. In the game, it's more like you're just fighting them to begin with, and you're like, who the hell are these people all of a sudden?
Yeah.
And then later on, you start to care for some of them. So interesting what they're doing. I hope you don't mind. Like, sure. I do want to go back a little bit as well, and talk about what they did with the time jump, because that's not in the game. It's pretty much immediately after that Ellie and Dina, they venture forth.
Yeah.
And I think at this point Tommy is already gone. Like, he already went by himself.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, like, because he got a head start. But here it's different, because we had the big attack. So there's a reason for the town to be like, we can't do shit right now. and they also found a reason for Ellie to be in the hospital all that time. So there's already they've already put some distance behind, like, when it comes to what happened.
Right. And that's also why Dina wasn't pregnant before now. Because I was a bit waiting for when Dina was pregnant.
Yeah, and she mentioned that her and Jesse, they hooked up again in that time period.
Yes.
So yeah, that is definitely a spoiler. With Dina being pregnant. And what else? Another big thing with Tommy, is her father. So is he even going to leave Jackson?
Yes. So that's where I have two.
Okay, now comes the theories.
Yes. One is it's gonna propel him to go even harder, or like propel his his revenge.
Gonna make him even more determined.
Yeah, and it's gonna mean that he has more to lose. So in the end, because he's so festered with revenge, at least in the games, he is so revengeful that vengeful. I'm sorry, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
That he and Maria breaks up, and now he has a kid. So for him, he's basically the catalyst for Ellie and Ellie's mercy in the end, because she does not want to end up like Tommy. And she, if he has that much more to lose, she's gonna be like, why are you throwing all of this away? So when she actually has Dina and all this cute little, and that's also why I said it looked familiar, is because it looked a lot like the graveyard looked a lot like the place where they had their farm.
Oh, the farm.
Yeah. But I don't know. Anyway, but she has all of this before going back for Abby the second time. So in the end, is she gonna be like, I don't want to be wasting all of this just for revenge in the end? Like, it's, like, I don't want to be consumed by revenge like Tommy was in the same way. That's also foreshadowing, as you said, with Gail. And she said, like, different types of, like, people with revenge. And there's also, like, the whole town meeting was also a bit of, like, a foreshadowing as well. Where it's, like, these are the paths of revenge. Or, how you cope with something like this. You can either go full revenge and then figure out that you're just going to be bitter in the end anyway. Even though you kill the people, you're not going to feel less hurt once you deal with justice. Probably not, yeah. Or you can give them mercy. And it's like, this is basically just laying out Ellie's whole story. And, like, foreshadowing her whole story about, in the end, she chooses mercy. So, like, what he also said, the guy, he did say that, well, you don't deserve mercy. That's why it's mercy.
Yeah.
Because you don't deserve it. That's makes it mercy.
Yeah.
And this is also, like, in the end, that's literally what is, Ellie's endpoint. At least if they follow the games.
Yeah, if that's where they end up in the series as well, which I hope that's the case, because otherwise the message of the whole thing is just like, yes, go for revenge.
Yes. The other theory is that because he has more to lose, he's not gonna go.
Yes, I think that, to me, right now, feels more likely, even though that totally messes up, like, at least what happens in the game. So if they're going to do the same thing here, but, like,
they're going to have to
putting myself in Tommy's shoes. Yes, I just lost my brother and I am angry, but the kid, I would never, even if I don't have a brother, but if I lost someone else very, very, very close to me, family, but I'm a father, and going away, pursuing them means, like, letting down my kid. That's, like, that to me tells me that Tommy, like, I'm sure he's still going to go because it's such a big part of the story, or maybe they're just gonna give whatever Tommy does in the game, they're gonna give that to Jesse, or I'm not quite sure. What they're gonna do with, like, I'm really, really curious about it, what they're going to do with his character. That is one of the most intriguing things with the series right now for me, is because I simply, I don't know, and I don't see him going out there when he has a kid. I don't see it. So something has to really push him. Or maybe it is just himself, and because like it is, you never know how you're going to react and what you're going to do when you lose someone close to you. Like you can say that, no, I'm not going to do this and that, but you don't know until you're in it. And I hope for most people that they're never, ever, ever going to experience that. But it's just, yeah,
but
I'm
also,
really curious.
But also, everything changes when you have a kid. Like, I can
That
say
too.
that for myself. That
Yes.
a lot of my outlook on life or anything in particular, like anything, everything changed when I had a kid.
All your priorities just shift.
Yeah,
completely.
and of course you can be prepared for it or know that it's gonna happen, but a lot of things I have changed my perspective. Much contrary to what I thought I would. Like, so there are a lot of principles that I had to let go of, or as you say, prioritize my life in a way that I didn't know I was going to go into.
Recalibrate, yes.
Exactly, that's a good one.
Yeah. So what is Tommy going to do? Big question here moving forward. Ellie and Dina, they are in Seattle, and end of spoiler talk here, if that's okay. Sure. Yeah, end of spoiler talk. They are in Seattle, Ellie and Dina. We saw all the wolves. We didn't see Abby in this episode at all. So I expect that we're going to check in on her in the next one. And we're going to keep seeing, like probably new characters getting introduced, new factions. Yeah, and there's going to be more heartbreak. For sure. Even knowing, like, yes, I know what's to come, but even if I didn't, I would probably guess that it's not the end of the heartbreak. Or at least, like, things that are going to be tough to watch. Like, we already... we got children dying in this episode, man. Like, even if we didn't really know them, it's still like, ah! So it's a rough world out there. It's never easy. There are... people out to hurt each other, and then on top of that, we got all the infected, or demons, as they were even called in this episode. So, yeah, 3 down and 4 to go, because there's only 7 episodes in this season. Do you have anything else you want to add to it?
Yes, just a tiny thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it ever struck me in the game, because, well, it's not a spoiler anymore that they're going to Seattle. But, like, there's a lot of history about Seattle and certain music, like grunge music basically originated in Seattle, and Pearl Jam is by one of the big grunge names from that time period, so I just thought it was coincidental somehow.
Another quinky dink to robe in some Pearl Jam, yes.
yeah, but there's also like an Easter egg. I don't think that's too much of a spoiler, but there's an Easter egg that you can go into one of the music shops in Seattle.
Like a record store, yeah.
Yeah, and then you find a guitar, and then you play Pearl Jam like track. So
are they gonna do that as well?
Probably
maybe
not. I don't know. It's
We'll see. It I guess that was then a bit of a missed opportunity when they were playing that game and they got to P that they didn't say Pearl Jam, but maybe that was them being like, no, that's too...
Oh, right. Yeah,
like,
yeah. That...
I went Prince immediately because that's what I would say with a P.
Oh, I dreamt about Pearl Jam last night. I'm sorry.
All right. I think Danish Word of the Day, and then we'll wrap it up. And we had a vote in this episode. I don't think we've translated that before. It's a little bit complicated, but at least like to vote in Danish is
Stemme.
It's stemme, yes.
Yeah.
So you're voting. You stemmer.
Yeah, and it's basically stemme is also like your voice.
It also means voice. Yeah,
it makes sense that it's called that, right?
Yes,
because you're voicing your opinion on something. Like
exactly. So it makes a lot of sense when you. Yeah, I don't know what I wanted to say. Vote in English and stemme in Danish, which also means voice. That's it. Thanks for the day, and that'll do it for this reaction review of The Last of Us, Season 2, Episode 3. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you as soon as possible. Bye-bye.
Bye.